Jesus doesn't care about your gender. Jesus doesn't care male, female, trans, agender, bigender. It doesn't matter. The Bible also teaches people not to lie. My identity is my own. I'm the only one that can tell you who I am. I am the person that defines myself. I've done a lot of soul searching, and this is the thing that makes the most sense. I don't want to lie. Do not force me to lie, because that is a sin in the Bible.
Okay, so let's go ahead and unpack everything that this man has said. This is a man who wants to be a woman. He says this is the thing that makes the most sense. However, there is a way that seems right to man, to you, sir. But in the end, what does it lead to? When you make this statement that gender doesn't matter to Jesus, that Jesus doesn't care about gender, well, that's a problem. Remember, we know that Jesus is God. So let's just go to the scripture and see what God said in the very beginning. In the very beginning, he says that God created, chapter 1, verse 27, God created man in his own image. And the word that's used for man is the word for Adam, ha-Adam, which is the man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Then he says he created a male, this word right here, zakar, which is for male. And this word for female is the word nakiba, which is for a woman. So there's no way getting around this point that God is trying to make. So he says he made them male and female. He created them. God blessed them, and God said them be fruitful and multiply and fulfill the earth and subdue it. Well, it'd be pretty difficult if he didn't care about male or female for him to say to multiply, to be fruitful and multiply, because males and males cannot be fruitful and multiply. Females and females cannot be fruitful and multiply. So it'd be a clear contradiction in what God's program or his agenda would be for him to not care when he specifically says to be fruitful and multiply. But even more so, God, created them male and female. Then he goes on to say in Genesis 2:24, he says, for this reason, a man, Ish, shall leave his mother and father and be joined to his wife, Isha, and the two shall become one. Again, going along with God's program, he created them male and female. So does he care about gender? Well, absolutely. He absolutely does care. Now, stating that this is the truth, your truth that makes the most sense, and when you state that you cannot lie, well, first of all, you can. Now, God is a man that he cannot lie. But you, me, anyone else, we can lie, and we do. As a matter of fact, you're lying. As a matter of fact, you are literally bearing false witness on him. You're saying that something about God that's not true. As a matter of fact, that is patently untrue. However, the Bible speaks of you because he says that professing to be wise, now this is in the whole conversation, he's also speaking about homosexuality, professing to be wise, they become fools and exchange the glory of the incorruptible God for an image in the form of corruptible man. Professing to be wise, you become fools. But notice what he says later on in 25. He says, for they exchange the truth of God for a lie and worship and serve the creature rather than creator. You have exchanged the truth. Matter of fact, you've even betrayed science. You have not only betrayed God, but you even betrayed what makes sense. What is science? Now, to say that Jesus doesn't care, again, Jesus comes back and reiterates everything that was said in Genesis 1 and 2. He says it in Matthew 19:4. He says, and he answered and said to them, have you not heard or read that he who created them from the beginning made them what? Male and female. Again, you're saying that Jesus doesn't care about gender when he absolutely does. He doesn't care about you being male or care about you being female. He absolutely does. He created you. He made them male and female and said, for this reason, a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. Two males cannot do that. Two females cannot do that. And so Jesus is pretty clear. Now, you can reject that, but what you cannot do is say that Jesus did not say what he clearly said. You cannot say that the Bible doesn't say what it clearly says. It'd be one thing for you to say, yeah, this is what it says, and I reject it, it's false. We can have that conversation, but we cannot ignore what is being stated. But what's happening is you would like us to ignore clear and obvious text so that we could also ignore clear and obvious science. We cannot do that. And so, no, I understand that you might not feel comfortable being what God made you, but it's what God made you. He made you male, not female. Amen.